to the Generational Awakening video channel. We aim to help Christian parents, Christian church leaders and teachers and youth and children and family ministry leaders to nurture the next generation to become resilient, lifelong disciples. In today's interview, we will be having Pearl Ganta and Eric Agbokou. They will be talking to us about KidsHubs, which is really one of the most exciting initiatives that I've come across. And I'm really so pleased that we can be sharing more about that with you today. Pearl Ganta is an independent filmmaker by profession, change catalyst by passion, and a Rotarian by choice. She is a global facilitator of the Global Children's Forum, and especially KidsHubs, and a catalyst for the Lausanne Children and Family Network. She has been in the field of media and missions for over 2 decades. Pearl loves to travel and see the world as one big community. Her work has taken her to 48 countries, and this has shaped her worldview to serve people. And more than anything, Pearl is an amazing human being, a generous giver of time, talent, and treasure, which I've been able to see in so many opportunities and occasions over the years. And she is a wife also, and a mother of 1 daughter and a son. And we also have with us Eric Agbokou. He's founder and CEO of the organic chocolate brand Chocotogo, which is 100% produced in Togo. Eric is a trained psychologist, and he transforms pesticide-free cocoa produced by Togolese cocoa farmers into entirely handmade chocolate. And he also campaigns for fair trade and the restoration of dignity to the average cocoa farmer. But more than all of this, he loves to serve children and communities. And he's part of the Ready, Set, Go global facilitation team for sports ministry. He's also married with 3 children, 2 girls and 1 boy. And in his local church, he's responsible for both the children's ministry in the church and church planting, which, as we'll discover, go very much hand in hand. And he's also passionate about helping the next generation to know, love, and serve God. So thank you both for being with us today. And perhaps just to really introduce us to what KidsHubs is about, we can look at a brief video. So thank you, Eric, for sharing that.
What do you get when you put together fun skills and the Bible? KidsHubs. KidsHubs are groups of children and leaders who learn fun skills together, like making videos, photography, vegetable gardening, cooking, craft, computers, fitness, and sports. KidsHubs are groups where we explore the Bible and follow Jesus together. Every moment is an opportunity to serve God and share Jesus with our friends. KidsHubs, they're happening all over the world. Fun skills, growing faith, awesome God.
That really gives us a great taste. So, Pearl, perhaps you could begin by just telling us also what your dream is for KidsHubs and where does the ministry focus lie and how this can be used.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Harry, for having us here today. KidsHub has really changed my life in the sense. I'm a filmmaker, and in 2010, I was invited to, when we were piloting this program in Calcutta. And I was there just to film and to see what Simon was doing in Calcutta. And he told me that he was trying to teach children who have never held a digital camera before to film and read from the Bible, use it as a Bible study tool, and share their faith with others. Now, this was too complicated for me. I said, how could children do something like this? So as I observed, I realized that God is a creative God, and He has given us creative tools. And it's not just for adults, it is for everyone to use. And these children who never held a digital camera before, never even held a phone before, within 3 days, they were able to understand basics of filmmaking. And the best part is they were reading from the Bible, because see, filmmaking is such a thing. You have to read the story. Of course, we picked up the stories from the Bible. So they read the story. Now, part of the scripting is they had to read the location. Where was it based on? Who the characters were? What they're eating? They had to research on the history of it. So they read, they researched, they enacted it. So it's pretty much children from every learning skill was getting involved. It was so practical. It became like a serious Bible study. Serious in the sense, interesting, but a deep Bible study. So they can never forget this experience. So it's something that really etched into their mind. And for me, just seeing them create this tool and then taking it and sharing with their friends, sharing with their family was really amazing thing, because in a context where sharing your faith is such a challenge, these kids go with something that they have filmed and they show it to their friends. And it's a non-threatening atmosphere because they're seeing their friends in the video, and they're getting the message as well. So this opens up doors of opportunity for them to share their faith, to share what they are feeling, what they are going through. So I think it was an amazing, amazing tool. And it's so many years now, and we're still using this as one of the tools in disciple making. And Eric could add to this, because we were in Togo almost 7 years ago, and we identified a group of children from different faiths who were there. And they too had no clue about, filmmaking or anything. But within a week, they learned the skills, and Eric could add to this. I think in 3 months, isn't it, Eric? They began to follow Jesus. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Thank you very much, Jill. I think if today I'm really very passionate to work with kids. I think KidsHubs is the best strategy that I ever met. I'm also global facilitator in sport ministry. We have the similar way to engage kids through their skills, like sport, sport. Then we do whole life coaching by using sport. We engage them with through their skills, their competence, and then we can introduce them to Bible study, TBS, Discover Bible Study. But what amazing is they must have fun. But what we realize, that's the thing I'm very, very, very thankful, grateful that Pierre come to Togo, and she opened really my eyes. Because after my international sports leadership school in South Africa, I have only focused on sports. But when we have started with media, then I realized it's not just a media. Why? Because in Africa we have some challenges. First, the statistics are not in our side. 65% of the population are under 20. Schools are full. The government has no program for them. Churches has no place to have them. And the houses, they have problems. Parents have no way, they don't know how to educate their own children. And this population is seen like a problem in Africa. But through KidsHubs strategy, where the kids and the teenagers and young are engaged in disciple making, but disciple making, yes, good. Coming together, just read the Bible, where they are there, you can start, okay, bring people, you share the gospel with them, you pray together. You can make it, but it cannot last. Why? Because if it's only about Bible study, people will not come the next meeting or after next meeting. But through KidsHubs, they will be every time there. Why? The strategy that we have found, okay, for example, we have kids. They are there. You can use a ball and they will come. Those who want to play football, every time there is a ball, you'll see a lot of kids around them. But it's not just to gather them. We are looking for a leader who can be adults, but who have the same skills. Like if the kids want to play football, we need to look for a very professional coach who can help them. Now, because the coach will help them in the skill side. By doing academy, they are learning how to pass, dribble, all that sort of things. They will come every week and they have a program. And the children are looking for an identification. They are looking for a leader who speaks the same language. And then they will be there. They don't just want the leader or the coach love to play. The kid out. The leader is a Christian. He shares his passion. The kid will hear. And at the same time, they have fun. And the kid can stay for a long time. And then the adult or the young leader can impact these children in long term. That's the best of the KidsHubs. And then we can use another is like media. We just have, at the beginning, we were looking for a lot of camera which was a very expensive. But today you have your phone. You have your phone, and this phone, we can make a club around this phone, and then we can train them how to shoot, how to edit, and then they can make their own story. And then they can gather to then we give them topic. For example, they are press. We can make them, if those are playing, we have a press club, and they are filming, and they are editing, and they can share, for example. And in the same time, what we do is when we go to a places, the first thing that we look for, we are looking for the kids where they are, and then what are their passion, and what are the skills available. And then sometimes they cannot know that they can do it. Then we come like kid games, and then we do a lot of games, fun games, experiential learning, experiential game. We do also sport, we do camera, and then we put a lot of stations. And then after them, we can ask them what they want to do again. When we finish the kids games, then they will love. They ask us if you want to come back next time. Then we say, yes, next time we want to come. But what we want to do next time? What do you like that we do? Oh, we want to do camera, and then we need to collect some 4, 3, 5 telephone from all of us. And then we put the telephone, and we teach them how to do, how to shoot, the dead law, all these things, stuff. And then they do it. And every time that we came, we have a 1 hour to work with them. We have 30 minutes. We give them our phone. We can give them like DBS. We say, okay, today we want to talk about the creation. Then we give them we make a group around the phone. If there are a lot, we have only 4 phones, and we have 20. Then we make a group of 5. They will go to we want to read Genesis 1. They need to go and bring anything that's from the creation, and they love. They will shoot, And then we say, today, next topic is this. And they will go and shoot. But for us, what we are looking for is that they have fun and that we have a credit to come next time and to share what is very, very important for Jesus, the hope of our nation. And then through this kind of program today, I can share the video for you. We have a 7 video where we can use sport. And then from this, we reach the young people, the teenagers. We led them through the DBS process. In the same time, we train them as leaders, and then they can make disciples themselves because they can go to their school. We cannot go to their school. We cannot enter their classroom. But who can disciple their peers in their classroom? They are the one. Then we equip them. We train them how to do it, and they do. And I tell you, they do better than us. Because for them, it's just a play, it's a passion. But in the same times, they are getting also, they are learning. And what is the very, very deep discovery that I made for KidsHubs, and that give me, I don't know if I can do another thing about this, apart of this. In Africa, it's a huge challenge to take care of the kids because some are 4, 5, 10, and the parent must fight to find food, all this stuff. Most of the kids, when they came to teenager time, they have a lot of crisis, and they don't know how to deal with this. But KidsHubs is the best strategy. Why? This is the time where they are going through the process of a crisis, and this is the time we work on them and train them on leadership. We equip them. I'm a leader. I work with them as leaders, and then we organize kids games or KidsHubs clubs, DBS club, and then they will go and lead. Now, the thing is, for example, when we do a small club of Bible study, sometimes the kid, when they go and they have a group of 10, they must be 2 for a group of 10, and they do Bible study. Sometimes when we do the briefing, they came and said, there are some kids, they don't want to obey what we tell them. I said, really? He said, yes. Why? He said, no, they don't want to obey. I asked them, how do you feel? He said, I'm very angry. What do you want to do with them? I don't want to go again. I don't want to continue with them. I said, okay. I just want to ask you a question. Do you think also about me? How do I feel when I ask you something and you don't obey? I say, yes. Don't you think that I'm every day happy? I ask you to do some things you don't do. I'm also angry, but do I leave you, or do I continue to serve you, to love you, to keep you? I say, yes, I do. Now, what is your decision? Okay, I go. Then please go. I'm there. I support you. And then you see that they are going through the teenager crisis, but they have a mentor who is there, who keep them. We are coach, we are mentor, we pray together. We have they come to our house together. We do ministry together. And then after this time, where they are, any church they are going, they are youth leaders. All of them, most of them, more than 80%, they know how to lead because they have started very young. Now they understand that was skills that they were given to them. That is one of the examples. I can play one video that is 7 minutes. Then you can see what I'm saying, and then you receive some testimony of what happened just by using kid games like Access Ministry. And then from these kids games, what can happen in the whole community. Yeah.
Thank you, Eric. And I think what Eric was trying to say is that KidsHubs is a relational ministry, because like we started to say, there are different ways of engaging with a child. It is a small group, and it is connected with things that are relevant to a child on a daily basis. Then it is based on anything, whether it could be sports or media or photography. We even had, in some countries, they did coding. They use coding to connect with children around them. So there's drama, cooking, or gardening. So there are like different skills. The idea basically is find children around you, look at their interest, and then try to be intentional about telling them about Jesus. Find something like Eric just said, they were upset when they were, connecting with the other kids. So in that frustration, they came and shared to him. But isn't that relational? This is exactly how it was when Jesus was dealing with his disciples. It was so relational, and he had he had to deal with all kinds of mentality, but he made sure he was relevant to them. He used teachable moments to connect with them. And this is exactly what we're trying to do with KidsHubs. Tell them the principles from the kingdom, but be relational, allow them to explore, allow them to live it out. And when they're struggling, just be with them. Like Eric said, be their mentor, be with them, walk along with them and say, see, this is what, this is how you feel, but this is what God says, and connect them to God. So they will have their own transformation while they're serving and while they're working with other children. So it is a two-way thing. They're serving, the children are receiving it, but they're also growing. And we as mentors, we too will be learning and growing. I think life is so beautiful because all of us are in that journey of learning and growing in our relationship with God. And it's great to share those moments with people around us. And that includes children. So it is fantastic. So KidsHubs is two things. One, it could be used by leaders in their ministry, by churches, but it can also be used by families. So, Deuteronomy 6 can be totally applied in this context where we're saying, when you walk, when you talk, when you sleep, wherever it is throughout the day, it is a mindset that has to come in the way we live our Christian life. Be intentional every day. Find those moments where you can connect your child to God. Now that can happen only if we are connected to God. So it is two-way thing. One, you got to be connected personally with him, and then you reach out to your children and connect him or connect those children to God. So this is what we try mostly in KidsHubs. It can be done anywhere. It can be done in a club, in a church, in a family, in a community. And KidsHubs is not an organization. It is just an idea. It's trying to transform the way we think of discipleship. We just want to be intentional about connecting our children to God and find creative ways, find fun ways. And Eric said fun is something children love. And find your interests. So, and this I think is a really good way to pass on our faith. Live our faith and pass it on to generations. Over to you, Harry.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Eric. Because, it's just a wonderful way where so many of the gifted members of a community, a church community, can just be sharing their skills, sharing their knowledge, mentoring younger people, mentoring the children, you know, as Eric was saying, the examples that you've given in terms of sports and in terms of the relationships, and really making the whole community, giving opportunities to be engaged around topics and skills that, you know, children, like all of us, you know, have different passions, different things that we like, different hobbies, different things that we're drawn to, whether it's physical activities, whether it's making things or doing things in nature. So again, it's just giving children the option, the choice of finding what connects so much more with their heart and with their desires and skills, and then really to nurture that and to equip them, and very much not just in the skill, but the relationship skills as well, as you were saying, Pearl. So that's really, and it's incredible to see the variety of how that's being used. And Eric, you were saying that this is also an opportunity where it's been a means of even planting new church communities.
Yes. Let's I don't know what is the time. Can you see just a minute one about how young can go and make disciple, and then you'll see what is the testimony. Even the chief of the village, they realize that it's something happening, but it's done by these young people.
Yes, please go ahead and share that. Yes.
Yeah.
Je m'appelle Sigbedi René, je suis le coach des enfants d'Agbokou.
Il y a beaucoup, mais on dit qu'il y a toujours un meilleur. Nous avons vu qu'il y a Irénée.
Tu vas le plus, c'est comme ça, c'est ça que Jésus dit ici. Si nous sommes à
Irénée, c'est un disciple à moi. Pour commencer, dès le début, quand je travaillais avec lui, c'était pas facile quand même. Oui, à chaque fois, c'était des problèmes sur des problèmes, des corrections sur corrections. Mais je gardais espoir et je priais pour lui. Je savais que le Seigneur fera quelque chose à travers Irénée. Et maintenant, je vois les fruits qui sortent de Irénée. Et franchement, je suis tellement fier d'Irénée par le travail, le courage et la manière dont il se donne pour ce travail à Agbokou.
Irénée, c'est mon coach et il est un modèle pour moi. Je copie sa vie et maintenant je vois que ça va. Ça fait au moins 3 ans, j'étais parmi les enfants qui, je ne peux pas dire les enfants bâtards, mais je suis un enfant bizarre, un peu délicat. Mais quand j'ai raconté le EFD, ça fait banalement 3 ans, à travers le football, ma vie a un peu changé.
Irénée, dans le passé, c'était un mec pas possible, difficile à gérer, parce que c'était quelqu'un de colérique. Moins de choses, il se fâche et il aimait aussi la bagarre. Et côté fille aussi, il était dedans aussi. Difficilement, on l'a fait quitter, on l'a fait abandonner ce genre de trucs. Mais aujourd'hui, en analysant, je vois que vraiment il a changé. Il y a eu un grand changement côté fille, côté amitié, en relation avec ses camarades. Il ne pense plus avec les bagarres, tout ça, non. Il a changé et vraiment c'est une très grande transformation qui s'est opérée dans sa vie.
En Entre-temps, lors d'un événement, là, je dirais la commémoration de mes 5 ans d'intronisation, il était le manager qui a tout organisé et nous avons constaté qu'il y a eu du succès. Du succès sur, bon, rien n'est toujours parfait, mais il a réussi l'essentiel.
Nous mettons beaucoup l'accent sur le leadership parce que nous pensons que c'est eux qui seront les leaders de cette communauté. Donc actuellement, nous les mettons dans des... ils ont des clubs et parmi ces clubs aujourd'hui, il y a des leaders. Et c'est eux qui ont organisé ça. Je n'étais même pas là quand ils ont organisé le programme, tout. Je n'ai rien fait. Tout est organisé par ces leaders et vous pouvez les voir aussi. Donc on crée les jeux d'enfants comme ça pour donner l'opportunité à ces leaders d'exercer ce qu'ils ont appris du leadership.
Irénée, il est respectueux, il est humble et je peux dire qu'il prie beaucoup.
On voit Francis déjà aussi qui commence par coacher les enfants. On voit Jules aussi qui commence à coacher des enfants. On voit que le message, ça se fait. Là, on voit que la chaîne, on est sur la bonne voie. Et donc, je peux dire qu'il le fait aussi. Donc, seulement encore plus de volonté et puis ça ira.
C'est bon parce que tout ce que je les enseigne, eux aussi, ils le mettent en pratique. Donc, je rends grâce à Dieu. Parce que tout ce qu'on m'a enseigné, et moi aussi je les enseigne, ils le mettent en pratique. Donc je trouve ça bon, par la grâce de Dieu, eux aussi font de leur mieux.
Quand tu viens à FD, on te prend et on te transforme en leader. Parce que nos communautés ont besoin de beaucoup de leaders. Donc, à FD, on te prend et on te transforme en un leader qui va impacter ta communauté.
Je peux dire que moi aussi, je peux organiser des séances, des études bibliques à mes amis. Je peux dire aussi que ma famille.
Parce que je vous ai fait connaître tout ce que j'ai appris de mon Père. Amen.
ONG, en un temps donné, a commencé par initier nos enfants sur leur avenir. Donc, ils ont mis une équipe en place et ils travaillent quotidiennement avec l'équipe sur le droit des enfants, comment un enfant doit se comporter envers ses parents.
Quand nous venons dans le milieu, nous nous efforçons d'être en partenariat avec toute la communauté. Parce que si on dit qu'on veut éduquer les enfants, on ne peut pas éduquer les enfants en dehors de leur famille. Donc nous impliquons les familles dans le processus parce que c'est avec les familles qu'on peut développer les meilleures formules pour pouvoir les suivre.
Very encouraging just to see the way God has worked in the life of Irene and the community, and the way they've seen his life transformed, and the way that he's been able to serve and to really help also convince leaders of the importance of investing our time, investing in the next generation. What can we say to people? Where can we tell them to go then? Can you provide some indication of where they can go, whether parents or leaders in the church, to find resources, find the material, and what is the material available in various languages? I know the example you have, Eric, you're using French, so please tell us about what's available and where people can go.
I think before we close this session, there are a few things I'd like you to consider. Invite your thinking about this. Some of you may already be doing something like this in a different way, connecting with the children around you. But there are a few points that we encourage you to follow. One is pray. pray and ask the Lord of the harvest to help you find the right people and go together, connect with them, and ask the Lord how you would like to reach out to them. Pray about the entire process. Pray that God would equip you with people around you who would walk in this journey, in this vision. Ask God what you should do and what adults and teenagers or children you should involve with, and who are those children that you need to walk with. Because remember, we said this is intentional. Besides your family, who are the other children that you want to walk with? So be intentional about it. And you can be intentional about it only when you know who you want to go and be with. So please pray and carefully consider, because you're transforming somebody's life and God is using you to be that person, to influence them and connect them to Him. So the other thing after prayer is connect. Connect genuinely with the community. Build trust and increase your curiosity. And that really works, because when they trust you, they would open up. So this opens up a lot of doors for you to connect them with God. So be genuine and show that you really care for them. Then find people and families who are open to seek God and who might help others also to seek Him. You know, the word says, when you go to a place, find a peacemaker. So find people. So pray, connect, find, and then show them. They practically want to see it. So let it not just be a theory, but let it be a practical thing. Show them how to understand the Bible and how to meet Jesus. And we saw that Discovery Bible Study is one of the great tools that you could use to help them understand and study the words. And also, like Eric said, if we need to get professionals to show them some of the skills, find out who that professional is, identify who's good in whatever area, whether sports or filmmaking or photography, whatever it is that are interest of the child. There are professionals around you. Speak to them and tell them how important it is for them to use their skills to build somebody and connect them to God. So find those people, show these children in practical ways, using the skills, and connect them to God. Then again, equip. We need to equip leaders and teams to be disciple makers, help them multiply and mentor. And with what Eric has done in Togo is initially we did train them with certain skills, but these children were constantly mentored. They were doing the Bible study. They had questions and doubts. So there was somebody they could reach out to. And then they were given an opportunity to run the small groups. They were conducting Bible studies around them. Then they were able to do camps. They were able to do VBS, vocational Bible schools. They were able to go and do church planting. And some of them actually have taken up these skills as a profession. And like Eric, there are a few people that we have identified who are exceptionally skilled, exceptionally talented, who want to use their skills for the championships. So this opens the door. So you're even giving them a career. You're giving them a future physically as well. And because some of them, if you see the movie, The Queen of Catway, you can see that there are like professional chess players, and some of the children from Togo are actually studying in Canada, and they're studying filmmaking. Who knew that? We never knew, but there are children out there who can be discipled, who can use these skills for their career. So equip the leaders to be sensitive, to see that, to identify, and to plug them in with the right resource people, and give them the opportunity to be disciple makers, help them to multiply, help them to mentor. Then share this vision with others, share this vision with like-minded people. There are people all around us. There are children all around us. We can't do it alone. We need everybody. So share the vision. What you're doing now, Harry, is amazing because we're sharing this vision, making it available on a larger platform for many more to come together and do it in their areas, because we can't be everywhere. So, cast a vision, get more people, plan how you're going to do this, plan how you're going to run it in a community, spend some time just understanding the needs, then just run with it and let the Lord lead you and open doors for you, because we only shared few ideas. I'm sure God will open up more ideas for you, something that is more relevant to you and your community. So no idea is small, no idea is, foolish or not important, but there is somebody who will benefit with that idea. So surrender to the Lord and see what He wants to do in your community. You are important and you can make a difference in the life of a child. So.
Amen. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Pearl. Well, again, with people.
I'm sorry, you talked about the resources.
Yes.
You can find the resources on KidsHubs.com and KidsHub TV. Now, KidsHubs.com has all the training materials, and you can see the different resources for filmmaking, for gardening, and pretty much every sport that you can think of. There is a discipleship curriculum there. So please log on to KidsHubs.com. It is free. You can download it and use it. You can adapt it. It is just something to give you an idea. You can continue to develop your own curriculums. So, and KidsHub TV has all the animations and videos that you can use, create your own show. It even has instructions on how you can create your own shows, or you can use those videos to reach out other children. You can use in your outreach, or you can use in your Bible study. So yeah, these are tools that are freely available. Of course, Max 7 is there. You can always go to Max 7, and there's another website called Children Everywhere. So you can find these resources there as well. Thank you.
Yes, and we put all those resource links that you mentioned just below the video, so you can find them. And do the materials exist, the Kids Hubs one specifically, also in other languages, Pearl?
Yes, we have them in several languages. Even the videos, we do have them in several languages. And you're welcome to do it in your own language or translate and upload it on the website. There is a facility where you can upload your resources as well, so others can benefit from it.
Yeah, that's the way in which it grows, and has been enriching so many others in other countries. And again, you'll find those links and the information below. And again, just to remind you that the Generational Awakening is also not just a video channel, it's also a book that I'm writing, which aims to encourage, equip, and empower parents and leaders so that they'll be able to more effectively raise up the next generation, to come and confidently nurture them to be disciples and to discover their own kingdom of God identity and destiny. So this is what we're all seeking and serving to do and to see happen. And perhaps you may, to this point, have felt overwhelmed or worried about seeing your children turn away, but these are just some of the exciting initiatives where we can really connect with young people, where we connect with children and their heart and their gifts and what excites them, what they enjoy doing, and at the same time share the excitement and love that God has for them and the great plans that He has for them and why He made them the way they are made, with their different gifts and personalities. So I invite you to like this video if you find things that have been helpful, and click the subscribe button so you can be informed about every new video coming out. There are upcoming interviews which are planned, and to just add to the resources to help you. So again, thank you again for joining us today, and just be blessed and keep multiplying the blessing to others. Again, thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Eric, for just being with us today and for all you've shared. So bye for now and God bless you all.
Bye-bye. God bless.
Bye. God bless.